I was sick 3 days before the prelims, and on the day of the prelims, I was supposed to go to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
And they offered me to either go to hospital or to walk on the show. So I had to choose. And I was like, I would rather die on the stage.
You don't mind doing runways, like modeling runways? Yeah.
Are you not supposed to?
Yes, I remember my duties. Heavy meals or light meals?
Heavy meals.
Like what?
Burger, pizza, everything. Shawarma, egusi.
I don't want your
give me everything. And I'm having 2 more.
And she still makes clean. I don't know where the food goes anyway. What was your first impression about me?
First impression. You were so beautiful. I was like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. Like, have you done pageants before? But I was also so scared of you at first because I was like, she's so serious, a past beauty queen. But I wasn't too sure because she was also very serious. But you know those serious people that are also very fun because she's always doing lives and all of those things. I was like, okay. But she never really used to speak to anyone at camp. So I was like, I'm not too sure. And I would also be scared, like, to ask something if someone would be like, oh, you need to ask Bridget. And I'm like, no, thank you. I'm good. But yeah, okay. That was my first impression.
And then after camp, what changed?
After camp, nothing changed at all. Yeah, you're still the same.
The conversation, yes, the social media has been buzzing. So far so good about the one and only Chidinma. He's live and direct. These guys have not met you as far as Chidinma away from Pageant. So we'll kick off from there first. Who is Chidinma away from the Pageant space?
So Chidinma is actually a very simple girl. She's very quiet, she's very shy, but also an athlete. I love sports. That's the reason why I play sports professionally for the Western Cape and the Western Province. And I would also like to, implement netball here in Nigeria.
Netball, yes.
So I'm really looking forward to that. And also still sticking to that lifestyle of who I am, because I felt like I've been withdrawn from who the real ChiChi is just because of pageantry. So I really want to get back to
all of that you just
yes.
mentioned. Okay, so when you got the invitation to first compete in Miss Universe Nigeria, what went through your mind and how did you feel about that?
I was really excited. I actually was so surprised that, social media has such a huge impact, that it even reached to their attention, because I saw the comments and everything, and people would say, you should enter Miss Universe Nigeria. And I was like, I don't know if I actually can. And for me to get that invitation, it just really proved that my dreams are still valid and I am still capable of achieving them. So it was a really grateful experience for me to see that I get to have that opportunity. It was really different because I just came from one camp to another, so it was like a whole different shift. But I don't really want to compare the two because each of them are very unique in their own sense. But it was also a very great experience for me because I got to learn more about Nigeria. My roommate was like the best of the best.
Yeah.
She educated me a lot about Nigerian culture and, just Nigeria in general. So it was like also one of my favorite.
And then you won.
Yes.
When you won, I thought like, okay, you had to start preparing for Mexico. Were you even prepared at all?
I don't think I was even prepared. I was just like in that, oh my word, like I did it for 1 second. I even forgot about the whole Miss Universe thing for me, but just like, I got to win because I think the whole journey has been so hard already. So I was like, I'm so tired. But that win just was so personal to me, and it was also great for my family because we celebrated it like it was like Miss Universe actually. Yeah. So I would love to relive that moment again. It was like the best. And re-express myself because when I was announced, I was just like,
you were really like conscious, like I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
I was
trying to stay safe.
But I think also I really broke down. But I was like, no, you can't be crying now. Yeah. So there's a lot of emotions.
Okay, so let's start from all the things you had to put together to go for the international pageants, from your walk, from your catwalk sessions, from the looks, because every day, even as you traveled, was almost like a hit back-to-back in terms of looks, in terms of everything that was going on social media. Let's reel through quickly how that came about.
So obviously we didn't really prepare much. I actually felt like we didn't prepare. We just had to put together what we could put in because of time and everything. But I really think we put in the best work because, I mean, we stood out in most of the days for my outfits. Yes. people started remembering, okay, Nigeria's, yeah, and they didn't come to play this year. But also people always look at it and just say, oh, she did it. And I'm like, I didn't do it on my own. The whole team really worked together for this. Like, and I also mentioned before, the time difference from Nigeria and Mexico was so off. So when Nigeria is sleeping, we're waking up in Mexico, so they cannot sleep for sure because they need to make sure that everything is going well in Mexico. So it was just really tough. There were so many ups and downs. There was a lot of issues. There were a lot of tears, arguments, fights, and everything. But at the end of the day, all of it was worth it because we came out in the top 2 and with 2 titles. So what more could we ask for?
So what does Chidinma like to do? What's your hobby like? What are your hobbies?
Sports. I love sport. Anything with sport. Let's go for runs. Let's go hiking. Let's go play sports. Let's work out. Anything to do with running.
For Elizabeth told me you also love TikTok.
Oh yes, TikTok. I think, to be honest, right, TikTok is not really my favorite thing to do. I only do TikTok when I'm sad because it uplifts my spirit. So, and sports as well. If you actually see me doing something, you must know that something's not right with this club because I just like to sit and chill. I don't really like stress.
So when you do extra activities, it's just for you trying to get out of that space.
Myself, yeah.
Oh, interesting. So how were you able to relate with your roommate when you traveled to Mexico? Who was your roommate, by the way?
Khadija. She was Miss Somalia, and she was really a great roommate. I'm really grateful for her. There's nothing worse than going to camp and having not so nice of a roommate, but she was really amazing. And
activities that you really absolutely enjoyed.
Not really. We also didn't do much as well.
Why? Was it because of the timing or this?
I think it was also for safety. I had one tour and then I got extremely sick after that, and I had like a lot of mosquito bites all over my leg. That's actually where I started getting sick. And when I was telling people online that I'm so sick and I have mosquito bites, they were like, "There's a mosquito in
Mexico." Excuse me, there's no way that mosquito cannot find itself. Check your pockets. Check your pockets.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes probably in there.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. Anyways, thank God you were back up. Now, people had a couple of things to say about your national costume. You said you had 2 costumes. Yes. Talk about that. Okay, let's move to the next. Okay, let's talk about your prelims, that green dress.
Oh yes. I absolutely loved it. From the day I went for my first wedding, I was like, this is my finale dress. And Ricardo actually had another dress. And she was like, no, you must wear this. My stylist was also like, you must wear this. And I was like, no, I'm not wearing this.
Why do you always say no?
No, we can fight until tomorrow. If I say yes, it's
This is how honestly, she will tell you no, and that no is no. You only think it's red.
So they were like, no, you need to change this. And I was like, no, and no.
Okay. And I know you were not feeling fine during the finale. Was that the reason why you picked that dress? I thought that dress was a bit very comfortable or just...
Yes, it was also very comfortable for me, but I was sick even way before the finale. I was sick 3 days before the prelims, and on the day of the prelims, I was supposed to go to the hospital.
Oh, wow.
And they offered me to either go to hospital or to walk on the show. So I had to choose. And I was like, I would rather die on the stage.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, it was that serious. I wasn't breathing because of the altitude in Mexico, and I've got asthma, so I was really struggling with my breathing. And it became worse on the day of the prelims, like to a point where I would have to rush outside just to get a little bit of fresh air, and my asthma pump was also around and all of that, so they had to choose.
So it's your choice.
It's your choice. And I was like, no, I cannot miss this. I'm waiting for this opportunity. In my head, I wasn't even thinking of that. I was just thinking of what are Nigerians going to say. Like, it would just be so upset. So I just had to say, listen, I'm doing
this. A lot of weight on your shoulders.
Yes, and even on the finale as well, I was so sick. I was coughing a lot as well, but I was like, I still need to make sure I'm strong and I'm looking okay.
Interesting. Although I'm going to have a conversation with her, she was like, oh, I wanted you to wear a different dress on the grand finale. I wanted you to wear a different dress. What do you have to say about that?
I was still wearing her dress. So I was still wearing her dress, so... And it was a beautiful dress.
I just gave her that dress for I just gave her that dress for just like camp look.
Yeah.
Camp look over there. That happened. But it was still great. It still looked amazing.
Thank
you. Top 5. Okay, so let's talk about your voice of change.
Oh yes.
We never talked about that. That's the unity.
The voice of change was actually short, but it was something that we've been wanting to do. But again, life happens. We always had so many things to do. A lot of things happened, but we still made sure it happened. And the bigger story of it is when I released that video, in just 2 days, I made it through to the top 20. I passed all the girls that had their videos up for like months, and I made it to the top 20 just because of the support that I was receiving.
So now, what's your perception about Miss Universe? I mean, this is the first time you're experiencing Miss Universe Nigeria. I'm sure that you also did your research on what goes on and what doesn't go on at all. So how has your mindset changed now so far?
My mindset really hasn't changed. I've always had like only good things to say because of the amount of support and love I've received. If it wasn't for Miss Universe Nigeria, I wouldn't have gotten this far. So I don't think there's anything that has changed. They're still there for me. They're still supporting me. Like the love is still there, and I really am so grateful for it. And I'm just looking forward to this whole year of my reign with Miss Universe.
What's a deal breaker for you in terms of friendship?
Deal breaker. Telling me I look pretty and I don't look pretty. Like you'll know, like you'll know that there's something that's on my face and you're still like, no, you look pretty. I'm like,
no, yeah.
I think that's just not nice, because if someone can ever make you step out not looking at your best, then they'll definitely don't have your best interest at heart.
Sneakers or heels?
Sneakers.
Lashes or no lashes?
Lashes.
Makeup or no makeup?
No makeup.
Gloss or lipstick?
Vaseline.
Wig or braids?
Let me say wig.
Why?
No. I think because I've actually started loving it. Before it would have been braids, but now that I've used the wigs a lot, I think I'm really loving them.
All right, so you talked about hanging the books afterwards. Why? Just tell them, you said you're going to hang the books after this pageant.
Yeah, it's been a really tough and long journey. I think I'm also just like really emotionally exhausted, and I just don't want to get back into this emotion again. So I think it's going to be something that I live in the past, but it's also something I'll carry in my heart because I made history and I'm really proud of it. So
I like it when people decide that this is the time for me to rest. I've made history, let me just live with the glory and the loudest, when the applause is the loudest. I think that's wise. And you also said something about furthering in law.
Yes, I am studying law, so I'd obviously like to further my law studies and graduate and, see what life has more in store for me, not just pageantry. I feel like there's so much more that I can achieve. I just haven't, unlocked those potentials yet.
Do you think you're going to act ever?
Yes, I've actually thought about it. I don't know how to act, but we learn. We'll learn along the line.
So you're looking at a future actress very soon, but you cannot sing.
I can.
You can?
Yes.
You want to try? Let's embarrass the
No, I can't sing, but I mean, if I have to, I will.
It is a competition.
Yes.
It has like 10,000 pounds involved.
I mean, why not?
We'll do voice training and just get the crowd.
Yeah.
But away from all of this, what has life taught you as a whole, and as a woman, as a young lady?
Life has really taught me that, you are really capable, you are strong, you are courageous. A lot of the times I always felt like, I wasn't good enough, or I wasn't capable of doing certain things. And, I wouldn't really say to be out there in the world, but also to be successful, it really doesn't come that easy. And I just really showed that it also doesn't come that easy. But these are the things that we actually need in order for us to be at that point where we can say, listen, I am successful because of this and because of that. So it really has taught me not only strength, courage, respect, learning a lot, because also, coming from South Africa to Nigeria, a whole cultural shift as well, so that also, there's so many things I've learned. It's actually like mind-blowing. Like, it's...
Okay. And what do you think about the activities that we put together? What do you think can be done? This is a genuine question. What do you think?
For next year?
Yes. I mean, seeing that
I think I also need to, strategize and sit down, because I also want the best for next year. But I was really happy because we got to do a lot of tasks with sponsors and stuff. But I do feel like maybe we could have more activities where we can go outside. Not a lot, maybe one or two, that can be very fun outside as well, not just inside. And with the sponsors, I feel like they also need that fresh air, because going into that hole can be
nerve-breaking.
But I really enjoyed everything. So I think maybe I'll use obviously this 1 year of reign to see what can also be done. But it was really
Interesting.
It was really nice.
Now, what do you have to say to people who have a wrong perception about pageantry in general in Nigeria and the world?
I don't know what to say. I just feel like, we really need to respect beauty queens. They really do go through a lot. And it comes with so much. It's not just about the beauty, the hair, the crown, and all of that. There's a lot of duty, responsibility, hard work, and it really tests us a lot. So I think we really need to respect these beauty queens because they're really going through a lot to, get this goal that they all want. And at the end of the day, it can only go to one person. So imagine the pressure that it comes with. So
thank you so much, Abba. It's been a pleasure talking to you. And hopefully we'll do another one, maybe close to when you're handing over. Are you not excited to hand over?
No, I just started. Wait.
I'm sorry,
I can't talk about it now.
It's going to happen.
Like next year, that's fine.
Next year. Oh, hey, Miss World is coming.
Yeah.
It's not as inclusive as Miss Universe.
Yes.
So what do you have to say about Miss World coming up?
I'm really excited because Miss World is actually one pageant that I also wanted to do. But since the pageantry life is done, I'm just really ready to support the next queen who wants to take on to this journey. So, I'm actually really excited. I can't wait to be part of their journey as well. So.
I'm sure they'll be looking up to you now, all the styles.
And now I'm here as well. So it's actually really nice. I cannot wait because this is my first pageant that I'm actually going to, go as, not just as a,
What's next for you?
To further my studies. I am in my final year of law, so I'd like to graduate and maybe touch on a little things as well. We never know. I don't know. Acting. Yes, maybe acting, runways. I'd like to do a lot of things as well.
Universe, Africa, and Oceania. What's the concept of that thing? Is that the style?
What?
That thing that they do on the stage?
What?
At the
this?
Yes.
So some people feel like it's not good to hold like this because the person on top will win or whatever. They have this
like a balance.
Yeah, so this is like, yeah. So I never knew because I was like, hold my hand. And she's like, I'm like, okay.
Okay, that's fine. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching. There you have it, Ubulu-uku Pageant, and of course, the most beautiful, most celebrated queen right now. Anywhere you Google, on X, wherever, trending, Miss Universe. But don't forget, Miss World is coming up soon. She'll still be part of the journey as well because, like she says, she wants to do a lot of things to make sure that it's different and way better. And we need you to be part of it so that we can push our queen to get the crown this time.
Yes.
Right? If she did it in November 16th and Nafani did it, she did it November 16th, hey!
You can do it too.
Hi guys. How did you do that?
Nice. Yeah, it came out.
It's reminding me of something else.
I want to know.
How this is a Korean way of saying we love you.
But what it's reminding you of?
Oh, I'll tell you later. No, you're telling me. Bye guys. What's up?